today's video we're going to be finding fractions of amounts, and to do that we're going to use a bar model to help us. So in this arithmetic question here we've got find 1/7 of 42, and the first thing we're going to do is we're going to draw out our bar. Now the whole bar, the total is going to be 42, so we're going to put 42 at the top here. That's what the whole bar is worth. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to split the bar up into pieces. Now we're going to split it up into sevenths because we need to follow what the denominator tells us to do. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, we've split the bar up into sevenths. Now the question is asking us to find one of these sevenths. So here's the 1/7. So how are we going to calculate that? Well, it turns out it's going to be a simple division. So we're going to do 42 divided by 7. If we know our times tables, we know that 42 divided by 7 equals 6. Therefore, the answer to 1/7 of 42 is 6. And we've used the bar model to work that out. What I'd like you to do next is have a go at these arithmetic problems and see how you get on. Let's see how you got on then. So let's have a look at 1/8 56. First thing we're going to do is we're going to draw our bar, and this time we're going to split it into eighths. This time the bar is worth 56. So we know that it's 56 divided by 8. Again, if we know our times tables, we know that 56 divided by 8 is 7. The answer for number 1 is therefore 7. Let's have a look at the next one. This time, we're going to split the bar up into sixths. And the bar is worth 480. And to work this out, we're going to do 480 divided by 6. So 6's into 4 don't go. So we put a 0 up there and carry the 4 over. 6's into 48 goes 8 times. And it goes in exactly, there's no remainders. Then 6's into 0 goes 0. So the answer this time is 80. 1/6 of 480 is 80. Looking at our final one. Our bar this time needs to be split into ninths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We've got 9 pieces, and we're finding 1/8 of 81. The bar is worth 81 this time. Now this time we're using our 9 times table. How many 9s fit into 81? That should be 9. Again, we can just use our times table knowledge for this. So 1/9 of 81 is 9. So let's have a look next if we're finding more than one part of the fraction. In this case, we've got 3/8 of 56. It means that we need to do a little bit of extra calculating, but we can still use a bar model to help us. So just like before, we draw the bar out, and we listen to the denominator again. So we put 56 at the top and we split it into eighths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now before we can find 3/8 straight away, we need to find out what 1/8 is worth. And we already know how to do that from the last part of the video. So we do 56 divided by 8 equals 7. we find out that 1/8 is 7. Therefore, finding out 3/8 is really simple, because here we've got 1, 2, 3 8s, and we know that each of those 8s is worth 7. We just add those 7s together or multiply them by 3 because there's 3 of them. So we know that 3 8s equals 21. Using the method I've just shown you, have a go at working out what 5/6 of 480 is and 4/9 of 81. Have a go, come back to the video and check your answers. Right, so let's have a look at 5/6 of 480 first of all. So we start off by drawing our bar model out. We put 480 at the top, and we're going to divide the bar into 6. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we're going to start off by finding out what 1/6 is worth. So 480 divided by 6, like in our last example, is 80. So we know that one of these bars, or one of these sections of this bar, is worth 80. Now we know that we don't want one of these sections, we're going to want 5 of these sections. And we know that each one is worth 80. So here we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we need to work out what that is. Now we could do 80 add 80 add 80 add 80 add 80, but that would take a little while. So we're simply going to use a multiplication for this. So we do 80 times by 5. 5 times 0 remains as 0. 5 times 8, or 8 times 5, is 40. So 5/6 equals 400. And that's our final answer. Moving on to the next one, we've got 4/9 of 81. So we're going to draw our bar out, and we're going to split it into 9ths. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Make our bar a little bit longer. 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's always quite important to check that you've got the right amount of sections in your bar. So we know that the bar is worth 81. And this time we're going to find 4/9. We're going to want to know what 1, 2, 3, 4/9 is worth. Again, we're going to start off by figuring out how many 1/9 is. So we do 81 divided by 9. 9's going to 8 no times. 9's going to 81 9 times. So 1/9 here is worth 9. And like we said before, we want to know what 4 of them are worth. 4/9. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. So we simply do 4 times 9. 1, 2, 3, 4 times 9. 4 times 9, using our times table knowledge, is 36. So 4/9 of 81 would be 36. Hopefully that's going to help you out with this week's learning. Look out for the next fraction video in a couple of days.